right, Vancouver. So 70, 70, 70, 80, 70, 80. That part's good. Boom. Ooh. Ooh. Oversteer. Oh man, I just want to hit in between. Alright. Let's roll off about 30. You'll do Leroy first. And then Aparicio. Please get us there. Give me the speed. It looks like we have some difficult-ish races ahead. Oh, wow. So I have to go in between. God, why is this so hard? So we need understeer, top speed. That should work. Just need to get closer to the end. So yeah, we want to get yeah, let's give her a try. I want him out ahead, but not too far ahead. Just so deep in thought. Okay. Sorry, I'm doing some conservating at the same time. Conversation through DM. Warm-up lap is worse. Crap. She's clearly the quicker. Just a matter of whether that's going to mean anything. I'm going to lose a second on the final sector. That'd be a lot of time to lose. Oh, okay. Just a second here. Okay. Now we get into a race that doesn't emphasize any of what we've been building our strength to, and we're right back to midfield. Oh man. We're gonna do it like this. We did eventually figure it out. That's good. Yeah, it looks super soft. So we're going to push, and Leroy is just gonna Oh, oh, trash start. Oh, ugh. No, the start was disastrous. For Leroy, not Aparicio. Wait, what? Your old MTG cards? Over it now. Ready to enjoy some Vroom Vroom? Oh, Magic the Gathering. I got you. I actually should recover. The problem is, actually, I think that it's going to be a long road. Yeah, I was just sending you a message regarding the Halo. It was definitely not that I didn't want to finish it. I just couldn't figure out how to keep the game working. I think we were on Windows XP, and there were certain games at the time that just crashed for no reason. And I think my trouble was very much with just like trying to patch, trying to find patches. Oh, they're all on Game Pass. Are they on Steam? Just keep them in mind, even though I was really good at first-person shooters back in the day like Quake 2, like I probably am not now. Master Chief Collection can find it for just about 20. That sounds pretty good. Well, my plan to push is just kind of falling apart here. I think the thing is, when we're younger, our reflexes are faster too. And when they slow down, like your reaction times get worse. So that's why the teenagers beat you at first-person shooters all the time. Because we tend to think that we retain our gaming skills. Which is true of a lot of games, but first-person shooters not so much. It's a young man's sport, yeah. Well, we're both kind of old, so it'd be kind of fair for us. If we were playing against each other or co-op or whatever. I remember you always used to cream me at Warcraft 3. I never really figured... I think I got just good enough to do the campaigns in that game, but I was never any good online. Like, you creamed me and I never figured out how you did it. Yeah, I had a friend in childhood that did the same thing to me that I did to you and John in Quake 2. But yeah, I played Quake 4 and I was like, man, I must have gotten way worse at first person shooters over the years. Oh, they have a remaster? Quake 2? Yeah, Quake 2 is actually very solid. Just kind of looking at how we're going through these tires. Yeah, I would just play through that game and on the hardest difficulty and see how far in I could go before the AI enemies would kill me. I think it's like you get about I got about 75, 80% into the game and then the enemies just get too hard. Yeah, I definitely because I'm doing like a bunch of playthroughs of even this like racing series. I'm doing like YouTube recordings showing my progress, and I've not done the Quake series for that purpose yet, which would be kind of funny because I'm probably awful at that. I'd be awful at like any of those games now. Ooh, penalizer. Yes, time penalty. Alright. Unleash. Unleash the car. Yeah, I don't really have like any viewers for it. I just if I'm playing this stuff, I can impart like the stuff I figure out a lot of these classic games. In some cases, like nobody's covering them like through the whole of YouTube, aside from maybe like one or two enthusiasts. But yeah, like the original Quake, like the Shamblers, like just would wreck me. That's the funny thing. Like Quake One is like has a very medieval theme to it, and Quake Two is just completely different. Yeah, it's a completely different game actually. Like it's a shooting game, but it has a lot of like medieval, like spectral enemy elements to it. Oh, I just got by you. Please don't overtake me immediately. Oh. But yeah, like, if you think the rocket launcher is powerful in Quake 2, you should see it in the original Quake. It's ridiculous. I think the splash damage is like significantly more. There's no BFG in it though, unfortunately for you. But yeah, I have like nail gun. I think there's like an electro zap weapon. That's like the ultimate weapon in that game. BFG. Push this weapon to kill everything in a general area. Oh yeah, that one. That goes, that wide open map was the only map I couldn't get you in because the BFG could just go into wide open areas and just absolutely destroy everything. But in like tight spaces, like I could pick you off with the railgun before the BFG would shoot, and that was like the thing because it had a very, very long charge time. Yeah, it's basically if you could get the crosshair on your opponent for any length of time with the railgun, if they're in the crosshair of the target, the moment you pull the trigger, it's a hit. Because that's how fast a rail slug travels. Yeah, I think the railgun was... There's the railgun and the BFG, I think, were the two weapons I'm thinking of that they added to Quake 2. Yeah, I'm trying to... I think what they had was a... They had, like, as an ultimate weapon, it was something that shot like a constant bolt of electricity in Quake 1. And Quake 2 had the Hyper Blaster, I think it was. I love that weapon. Yeah, Quake 3 Arena like massively depowered the BFG. I remember that. The BFG just ended up being like a glorified rocket launcher. Green Slime, that would be Quake 3, yeah, with the BFG. We're in third and second. Oh, that's because everyone else has stopped and we haven't yet. Yeah, Leroy is way faster than last place, so she wasn't going to stay there. I do have to be careful because these cannot fall below 15% for either driver, actually. And if they do, I'm going to have problems with the tire speed. I think, yeah, Quake 4 had a lot of the same weapons that Quake 2 did, didn't it? I think... Yeah, one of the big changes they made was they put a scope on the railgun. I remember that. I was like, oh shit, it's got a scope now. Makes it even more effective. Which, man, I think that would have been funny if we ever played Quake 4 online, because I was good. I was really good with the railgun on the original Quake 2 game. Give me like a sniper scope with it in Quake 4. My God. I was just like, wow. Um, I don't remember if they made a BFG for Quake 4. Oh, we have to double stack. We should be able to do that. Yeah, okay. We have to be 2 seconds apart. Like, the pit lanes are really quick with the stops. They do tire changes in like 2 seconds. Alright, go quick, guys. Oh. A little bit, but not the worst. Yeah, I'm trying to think if they did. They might have taken the BFG out as a consideration for making the online play more balanced. But really, what they should have done, and they made, I think, Quake 2 like in the 90s, so I don't think they really thought about it. But the BFG should have been like a single player campaign weapon and then just never appeared in the online maps. Well, no, I'm sure any of the games they developed after the 90s, they actually considered the online weapon balance. We were in the Wild West, like. We're in the Wild West. They just put it in there because, it's fun to point this thing in the general direction of a bunch of things you want to die. But probably by the time they hit, yeah, even by Quake 3 Arena, because they nerfed the BFGs. So in those few years, I think they knew that it wasn't balanced. It was just like a holdover because it was that weapon they created in Doom. So then ID just put it in their other games, and then they're like, well, shit, this has a problem online, so. So it looks like we're 10 and 11. And we're on kind of the outside looking in. We need to outscore Windsor because our goal, this whole thing is to finish 5th overall. in each race. Yeah, that's just with this career mode. I've actually put over 1,000 hours into this game. I think close to 1,100 now. No, no, they age out. I tend to use similar drivers though to accomplish like generally how I aim to play. All right. I have quite. I'm sure I have a lot of different playlists on this too, and a lion's chunk of it is like this career mode. And there's some scenarios that I've done too. I should probably just have my teammate just let her by because she's going to be faster. And also, it's just going to slow me down to have them race. It's going to slow her down specifically. Ultra softs, by the way, cliff at 20%. So that's why we're approaching beach very, very quickly now. The AI tends to screw up the ultra softs, and they tend to be okay on every other compound, but they're scripted dependent at a certain point, which is why they tend to overutilize the ultra soft tire. Supers go down to 15. And that's only true, like, until you're in endurance races. Then I think it's another 5% down for each tire. Endurance racing is like a completely different animal, though. Yeah, I've played a lot of this game. It's kind of funny. I get tired of I get tired of the actual racing games because you have to, drive the cars yourself. In this game, you just make the best management decisions you can, and your team is like as good as you make it, basically. But I've had phases where I stopped playing this game for like a month or two and then come back to it. And then I'll just play like a season, maybe two, and then I end up playing like way more than I originally intended. Over playing football games like Madden, but would gladly do a dynasty mode and just some other games. Actually, I have a thing I'm kind of working on sporadically where I'm playing the season modes on the classic Maddens. I'm like, it took me a while tinkering with the emulator to get it right, the Genesis emulator right, but I did get like 4 games into Madden 94, I think. And those games are ridiculous. Like they're broken. The AI is broken. Like Madden 94, I don't think you ever have to pass the ball. And I mean like ever. Like you could just run every play. Nothing will ever touch 10-yard fight. NES? Because I know I've heard of it. I just don't think I've played it that much. For me, it's Tecmo Bowl on the NES. That's the game I'm really attached to. Just brought up the score, intercept like 6 passes, and win like 63-7 or some ridiculous blowout like that. Yeah, you're a couple years younger than me. You might have been too young to understand it when it came out. I think it was like 87. And I don't think I got around to playing it till like the early 90s, maybe. But yeah, I think it came out. Was it 87? In 1987, I was like 5 years old. So, yeah, see, I'm a little bit older. In my childhood, there was like a mini Atari era too. And then it was, yeah, Hong's gonna overtake us. His tires are just way fresher and... Oh, are we gonna fight it? No. Didn't think we would. NES in 90? So you got an NES the year the SNES came out, I think. And I've never actually owned an SNES. I have emulators that I've played SNES games on, but I've never actually owned an SNES. Um, Time has made me realize that I probably backed the wrong horse in the 16-bit gen. Because, like, um, the games I'm into, RPGs, like, the SNES have way more of them. And the graphics were way better, and... but, you know, they get to you with that marketing. Try to make you a console fanboy. Nintendo. I mean, the Genesis wasn't a bad system, but just on looking back, like, the SNES was worlds better. It was a better system, better graphics. Genesis did do some good first-party games, but generally the SNES games were better. Yeah, and it's just reflecting on like all the PlayStation ports of the SNES role-playing games. I'm like, dang, I must have picked the wrong system. Yeah, I was probably the most disloyal console consumer until the PlayStation came out. Yeah, even in the PlayStation era, I had a Nintendo 64 as well. Never got the Saturn, never got the Dreamcast. Sega, I think, pushed too far in the 16-bit era, like when they did the Sega CD and then the 32X. And they did the 32X right before they brought out the Saturn. Like, ooh. Oh, wow, we're back in second. Eyes are getting heavy. I think it's bedtime. No. Thanks for stopping by, man. Thanks for the chat. Be well, my friend. You too, man. Be well. Should talk poker sometime. So I think I'm learning poker really well and just in a completely different style, I think, than you guys are, you and your friends. Uh, uh-oh. Yeah, I'm gonna have to, I am going to have to cover, so. Oh, just actually just for, is Robertson trying to go the rest of the race? Yeah, he's gonna pull it off too. Dang him. Okay. Yeah, Aparicio isn't gonna hold Naito, so. Yeah, I'm sad. Uh, any cheaters? That's what it's gonna take for us to have really done much better. And scrutineering. Okay, time penalty applies. Still second. Kind of worked out. we're down to 4 rounds, and we're not losing enough money for it to, be a problem. To where we would panic or whatever. Yeah, we're just gonna reject these guys. I did have a think about doing 4 races tonight, but I'm realizing actually that it's going to tie us down for significantly longer than I want. So we're going to have this be the last race weekend for the night. What is the meaning of this demotion? Don't worry, Dale, it's just me abusing the game code. Which I love to do. Alright, what do we get? Okay, that's okay. That I'm not that upset about. Would we have liked more points? Yes. Wait, why is the risk of rule break medium on that? Oh. It's legal next season, so we don't need to necessarily panic. We just, I guess we just can't use it. Can't use it this season. Next season, yes. Yeah, let's do that. Get us a milli. That was just an oversight on my part. I'm usually pretty good about catching that, so. But yeah, it'll be on the card next year, so it's fine. It's just not on the card now, is the basic issue. Yeah, we need to switch this back. Boom. That's really the thing of it. Media training. Yeah, why not? We could redesign it to use it, but yeah, that's gonna be rough. And we might not get a roll as good, like on the legendary, so we could end up with one that's worse. yeah. 6th. Singapore is gonna, and that's gonna hurt. Only the next two are acceleration critical, so yeah. And we get our engine usefulness back for the last two, and that's gonna be fun. But we're gonna save and quit here. Thank you so much for watching tonight, guys. Hope you enjoyed. If you haven't already done so, feel free to hit the follow button one time, sub, like, and share on the YouTube end of things, and we will see you again next time. Take care. Till then, later on.